You're welcome back to the Gavel. Since 2012, Nigeria has failed to meet the deadlines set by the International Telecoms Union for digital switchover. Media executive regulatory bodies have met at different times to suggest ways of addressing this challenge. Now, the House of Representatives set up an ad hoc committee to investigate the process of digital switchover in Nigeria and come up with recommendations to make the switchover a success. That committee has concluded its investigation and presented the report before the House. The House of Representatives is recommending that analog broadcasting should not be switched off until 95% of digital switchover coverage is achieved in the country. The lower chamber is also calling for the amendment of digital laws in the country, including the Act establishing the National Broadcasting Commission to develop a standard regulatory documentation for digital broadcasting in the country. These recommendations were adopted by the House and are contained in a report by an ad hoc committee investigating the process of digital switchover in Nigeria. Digital switchover describes the complete migration from analog broadcasting to digital broadcasting. Presenting the report at plenary session on Thursday, November 16th, the chairman of the committee, Representative Sunday Katung, explains that the committee discovered several infractions by some key players in the sector.
The committee was mandated to investigate all stakeholders involved in the digital switchover program with a view to ensuring it meets deadline, guarantees quality and cost-effective service to Nigerians. The committee was also mandated to investigate the sale of the 700 bandwidth to MTN and the concession to InView Technology of UK, as well as to ascertain whether the aggregators paid millions of naira for the delivery of 20 million boxes were capable of meeting the deadline. The committee held public hearing and investigative hearings, discovered infractions in the course of this assignment, drew the attentions of the parties to such infractions, and expected remediation. As we speak, some of the issues that require remediation have not been remedied.
There were 17 recommendations presented by the committee and were adopted by the House. They include: there should be an effective collaboration between the Ministry of Information and NBC on the digital switchover process. NBC and the Ministry should develop the proposed National Media Content Policy for the digital TV era, covering a media content master plan, including Media Content Fund to fund content production. That optimal management of spectrum for the DCO should be ensured by the Ministry. That NBC should collaborate with NICOMSAT on the best way to use its facilities for the switchover to enable the country conserve foreign exchange. That government should offer more incentives to STB manufacturers to encourage local manufacturing of STBs, but not necessarily subsidy. That a license issued to set-top box manufacturers who have failed or neglected to establish manufacturing plans to engage unemployed youths should be withdrawn forthwith, replacing them with Nigerian companies who have capacity in accordance with the provisions of the White Paper. That the Ministry and other key stakeholders should initiate effective public enlightenment programs to create awareness on the process and expectations of the digital switchover. A member of the ad hoc committee briefed journalists after the lower chamber approved the recommendations.
The digital switchover issue is a very serious matter. That today, going through this submission, and I'm happy that the Committee of the Whole have accepted that this is a thorough investigation conducted by the House, and I believe sooner or later a motion will be brought to this Honorable House to investigate ITS and Pinnacle. Why? To ascertain if ITS, whatever they said they have on ground, the equipment they said they have, if it is commensurate with the 1.7 billion that was given to them by government. And that of Pinnacle, if what Pinnacle have is also commensurate with what is on ground. We must ascertain to know so that Nigerians can know where their money is.
Since 2012, Nigeria has failed 3 times to meet the deadline set by the International Telecoms Union for the digital switchover.